welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while since I posted, and the last one was quite a barn burner, talking about my insurance company and their willingness to sacrifice my life for a little bit of profit margin. Anyway, since that one, life has been crazy, but in a good way. We did get the insurance company to take a look back at the year that they were not paying, and they decided maybe we should pay for her meds. So they took care of that, and then they approved my meds for a year. So at least I don't have to worry about this until next June when that comes up again. But until then, I am doing very well Crohn's wise. My meds are working even better than they did before my flare. My doctor put me on another medication that is supposed to help with the efficacy of my infusions, and it seems to really be working. So instead of coming up on that 4-week mark and starting to falter a little bit, I am making it the whole 4 weeks with no problem. I took a little detour off of my fitness journey. Obviously being uber sick and then in the hospital and then being weak after I got out, put a nix on my gym workouts. But then I was on vacation a lot. We went to Comic-Con. We went on a cruise. Obviously you don't want to be trying to eat healthy during those times. So I was like, oh, when school gets back in, then I'll get back on my journey. And then that didn't happen because we had so much stuff planned in October. So I did go back to the gym in September. My personal gym was still not having my class at 9:15, so I was going to Orange Theory. I was consistent for like 2 weeks, and I was back on keto for like 2 weeks, and then life hit again. I was going through a funky period where I didn't feel like doing anything. I was canceling my workouts every morning. I was eating well until it got to be around dinner time, and then I was binging like crazy. Just all kinds of stuff, but my weight really didn't fluctuate all too much during that. I go through these periods after ginormous flares where no matter what I do, I don't really put on any weight for about 3 or 4 months afterwards, and I think that's my new normal. Yeah. And then it happens where it all catches up to me, and that's what happened last week. So I was like, okay, it's time to get back on board. And then Halloween hit. We had a trip home to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland. Obviously you don't want to eat healthy then. I didn't want to be sore for that. Then we were in Vegas for the Gwen Stefani concert for her residency, and we had an amazing time there. Obviously drinking up a storm. I highly suggest the Picture of Bahama Mamas at Cabo Wabo. It is like yummy sunscreen in a cup. Like if you could drink summer and have it taste good, that's what that is. And I drank a whole pitcher of them. And then the weekend after that, my best friend was here and we were doing stuff with her. And then I was like, okay, that was the very end of, and then we had Halloween. And I love to dress up for Halloween. So we were doing all kinds of stuff, going to our local haunted house, going to our school carnival, going to my gym's Halloween party. And then actual Halloween itself, where my daughter's school does a parade through our local downtown. Dressed up for that, dressed up differently for Halloween night. I do love a good costume. And this year I was able to fit in most of them, which has not been the case in years past. So yay for that. But that whole week of binging on candy and doing, and we went to our local tea room's Hocus Pocus Brew Ball. And that was the start of it. Obviously tea time is not keto friendly. And I was like, well, I'll just take a day off. And then I was like, well, since I already took yesterday off, I'll take today off and start on Monday. And then it just compounded from there. So, needless to say, the holidays are going to be a tricky time. Halloween fucked me up royally. Being out of town fucked me up royally. And I managed to gain like 6 or 7 pounds over last week. So, yeah, that's not good. So it's time to buckle down, even though we still have Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas after that. And oh my God, like I can't even imagine trying to get through these holidays being even remotely good. I never have in the past, and I don't know if I'm going to make it this time. But I did start back at the gym, and lo and behold, my usual gym brought back my 9:15 class after I'd already signed up for a bunch of Orange Theory classes. So now I'm doing double days. So yesterday was my very first day back at my gym. I went light, one, because I'm a freaking lightweight right now. Even though Orange Theory brought back some of my physicality, I'm definitely not at the level I was at. And two, I knew I had an Orange Theory appointment like an hour and a half after I got out of class. So I went light on both workouts. I'm moving very slowly today. My body is definitely taking a beating. But I was back on keto yesterday. I managed not to get the munchies and give in to them last night. And I think we're good. I've already lost like 1.5 pounds. So I did InBody when I went back to the gym yesterday. And I was very surprised at the results. I thought for sure I knew like my muscle mass would be up a little bit, because the last time I had InBodied was right after I got out of the hospital, and it was not pretty. But I was surprised at how much muscle I had put back on, and the fact that my body fat had dropped. Considering I had had McDonald's and donuts for breakfast the day before, and pretty much candy for every meal the week before, I was not expecting my body fat to be as low as it was. It's the lowest it's been ever since I started on this fitness journey, since I got fat to begin with, like 20 years ago. I haven't done my body fat during that first 10 years, but I can guarantee that it was not as low as it is right now, because I was like 40, 50 pounds heavier. And most of that was fat. So I'm starting off on a good foot. So yesterday was the beginning of my new phase of, I plateaued for a while. I was stuck at 177, went down to 160 with the flare, went back up to 173, being healthy. And so now I'm starting over again after this plateau, trying for the next phase. So the next phase will hopefully last until next spring, when the vacations start again, and I will undo all the work I had done for the year. But hopefully I'll look good at the beginning of that. So anyway, that's the update, what I've been up to. I went through a funk. I ate a bunch of shit. Now I'm back on track, and I am in a better place than I thought I was. So I will try to keep you guys better updated. Like I said, it has been a crazy few months, and now we are back in a regular schedule, so I should be able to film more. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.